I saw a post the other day from someone who was complaining about the problems they were having with getting their installation of Civilization 6 to run properly. And it made me remember what a big fan of those games I was back in the day when I played computer games. And also how brutally real and true Civilization 2 was, and how every iteration of the game since then has been a climb down from the truths that were just laid bare in Civ 2. I'm almost prepared to argue that Civ 2 is a bit like Monopoly. It's supposed to show you the futility of the systems on which it's based. Because in Civ 2, the underlying idea again is that the only way to win at civilization is to become the dominant power of the world, to destroy and subjugate literally everyone else. And the faster and more successfully you do that, the faster you progress your technology, the faster you destroy the environment around you. So as the game goes on, eventually you get to be a democracy, but then it becomes a problem because the only way to win the game is to destroy everybody else, which if you're a democracy, every time you try to do an act of war, 50% of the time the game tosses a coin, and 50% of the time the action is cancelled by the Senate, unless you build the wonder called the United Nations, which allows you to be a democracy and declare war more or less as you like. Where is the United Nations located? Then, even if you do have the United Nations, eventually, when you've finished up the tech tree and the sea levels are rising and the earth is overheating and everyone's having nuclear war left, right and centre, the only way to keep your burgeoning massive world empire under control is to transition to a fascist theocracy as the government. And after that, it's just war until the end. Some people will be desperately trying to get off the planet. But again, the idea that rushing through progress and dominating the planet is the way to win at humanity is clearly not. It's clearly nonsense. Even in the later iterations of the game, where you get you can get a cultural victory, but that still means turning everybody on the planet into you. And the later iterations of the game didn't even have a pollution mechanic. The last one I played didn't have a pollution mechanic. And then there was the the kind of knockoff versions, the call to power versions of Civ, where the only way you could guarantee having power at the end of the game was to take loads of slaves early on and then emancipate them later on.